Well, hello everybody, this is Fibro Jedi and part of the LOTRO family team. Please do follow us on Twitter at LOTRO Family, and another member of the family runs a Facebook group as well, so do feel free to share your content there and chat with other people if Facebook is your preferred social media platform. This is episode 10 of my LOTRO Warden series, and we're going to just be doing, I'm hoping, a fairly short episode this time, just dealing with a storyline called Trouble with the Southerners. Because we've been sent here by the mayor of Bree-town to speak to Chief Watcher Grimbriar. So let's pick this up and then we'll get wardening. Before I do, I failed to notice that during the last video we gained an ability. Thankfully no new Gambits yet, but careful step. Moving step briefly. We might have had that at the end of, actually, now I've thought about it, end of episode 8. Improves the ability to ambush, which we haven't actually done at any point during this time. Might be worth practicing that. So you get it. Unfortunately it says briefly, but doesn't specify how long. It takes 2 seconds to channel, or to induct. Has a cooldown of 3 minutes. You can ambush when not in stealth, but this one improves the chance of it. So what ambushing does is, when given time to prepare, a warden can deliver a powerful opening volley. So 5 seconds knockout and delivering some damage. Costs a little bit of power, but we've got tons of that. And gives you 50% run speed for 5 seconds. I suppose the idea being knock you out, run up to you and kill you. So we can have a practice of that maybe. Okay, Chief Watcher.
What can I do for you?
Tenderlarch sent you. Good. I could use another handout here. If Tenderlarch, or we called Tenderlarch, I think, because of the pronunciation, had his way, we'd have asked those blasted rangers for help. Fortunately, I convinced him that my watchers can handle whatever this upstart threat is. With your help, we'll have these brigands driven back into the South Downs in no time.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Oh, what have we got here? Deed bestowed. Oh, Bree-land adventurer. So we've only just started the complete X quest in Bree-land. Okay. My job is to guard Bree. I don't have the men to waste patrolling the countryside, but of late I've had reports of brigand raids near and around town, so I moved to this location to keep a closer watch. I need someone, i.e. you, to look into these rumours, and I've coin to spare for anyone willing to help. There have always been quite a few outlaws in the hills and dales of the north of town, but it seems that recently they've grown both more numerous and more bold. If you could find out what is going on, it would be appreciated. Careful though, once these outlaws would flee any armed man, but now they are more prone to attack without warning. The farm across the road seems to be overrun by the brigands. You could start your investigation there. So the actual quest is to find evidence of the brigands' loyalty, which we will have to slay, defeat, eliminate. Choose your alternative word for kill here. Right, I was going to try that stealth and ambush on that Tusker there, but I don't really want to aggro the bear as well at this point. Let's try and find, what if we ambush this one? So we go for this bear here, go into stealth, takes 2 seconds, then ambush. There's the 50% run speed. Very handy. So almost like a bit of a surprise attack, stun them, then attack. You can ambush out of stealth, but it maybe has a chance of, or a greater chance of failing to stun. Kind of like their inbuilt resistance, I suppose. Right, resistance rating. Let's go to these brigands then. So, need to find some brigands first, of course. There are loads in this area. Just need to skirt around the bear. Somebody else's. Is that a guardian? Yeah. Let's not take his mobs, shall we? But this one here, we can. So... Oh, and we've already got the medallion that we can use to take back to the Chief Warden. Okay. And we've completed the first stage of Brigand Slayer. I always think this title is really funny. Watcher of Roads. The most boring hobby in Middle-earth. Pretty sure Brigand Slayer is the first one I nearly always tick off anyway. Unless you start with a human. But even then there's plenty of brigands out the opposite side of Bree. Okay. Back to the Chief Watcher. There's a neat little quest line with that dwarf as well, which I'll probably do off video.
How can I be of service?
Since when are outlaws able to afford such things as medallions? Even the constables don't have badges. And who is this Sharkey fellow anyway? This is very disturbing. Your find seems to suggest an organisation that we haven't seen before in these brigands.
Stay a moment.
How are we doing with reputation? Halfway to acquaintance. I have a spy among the brigands who may be helpful in divining the true nature of this Sharkey. I will send him a message instructing him to come to a certain hill not far from here. Meet him there and ask him about Sharkey and his plans. The meeting place is by a grey rock in a small stand of trees directly north of Breetown. If my spy has no news to share, we will need to find another means of learning Sharkey's plan. What's quite funny, if you know from Lord of the Rings lore who this Sharkey actually is it just makes it really funny that Chief Watcher says, "Who is this upstart anyway?" Only one of the main enemies that you'll have to fight if you want complete purging of evil from parts of Middle-earth. Right. So, now, assuming another player hasn't gone straight for this spy, he spawns someplace behind this rock, or in front of it. Is it? Ah, he is behind it. Oh good, we've got him this time.
What do you need?
We must be quick. I think they suspect something. Wait! What's that sound? Look! Here they come! The spy handed you a bundle of notes and ran off before I could read his text. Okay. Excuse the sniffing today. I seem to manage to get rid of most of a stomach bug. Still not quite all of it, but most of it. But I've managed to retain my cold. I'm hoping with the onset of spring that can be changed. I will be picking up crafting materials as I go through these videos. As I said at the start of the series, it's going to be a bit like a YouTube version of a stream, just without the user interaction that I like so much about streams. But I need as much wood as possible to level. I think woodworking I have, or is it foresting I have? Woodworking I have leveled at journeyman, but not forester.
Hear
oh no!
Me out, traveler.
Sorry, wrong NPC.
What do you need?
This is dire news. I suppose it was too much to expect that it would all turn out to be some minor brigand leader's dream of lordship. Well, I should not blame you for doing what I sent you to do, though it is a pity you did not return with better tidings. Like I had a choice. I think I know our next step in this action, but it is a grim task I will send you to perform. Right, we cannot wield a bow because we use a spear. A javelin, sorry. Right. I'm going to use that bracelet in place of the plus 10 maximum power. Give us a bit of fate, which helps in combat morale regen. And in fact, in combat power regen for that matter as well. Right. Now listen here. I'm not going to invite the aid of those rangers out of the wild. The men of Bree are capable of defending their own lands from the threats they face, and we will not rely on strange folk for assistance. This information speaks of the captain who led the raid on Dogwood's farm and its current location. We have a chance to strike a telling blow against these brigands and find out more about them. It appears that the leader established a camp within a thick copse of trees behind a knoll in the west. The knoll in question is to the south of Dogwood's farm. Let us strike this blow for the men of Bree-land. He'd make a good motivational leader, wouldn't he? Let's strike this blow for the men of Bree-land. And women. Right. So, although you could immediately get rid of the Brigand Slayer deed by just farming the people around here, there are plenty of quests that involve taking on brigands. That being said, you may as well get whatever you can. So, now then, is that the person we need? I think that's likely. Oh, did that the wrong way round. And that's... it's not really a problem as such, but that's where I struggle with thinking through things logically without time to plan. I really should get in my head what's best if you get up against one single opponent versus when you're up against a group, because there is a difference. You want to maximise survivability, but that is a combination of... you could heal yourself more over time, which keeps your health up, or you could improve your defences, which means you take less damage. Oh, it's okay, I can't do the chain anyway against one person. No. Right. Oops, killed a random rabbit. Oh dear, poor thing. Right, so we've got the notes. What does the note say? Here we go. Sharkey has ordered that we all immediately step up our activities around Bree. No traders must move without paying off our people, and all the farmers must give us all the food we need. Forget about guards and garrisons, they are nothing to us anymore. Let the constables huddle in Bree and arch it, so long as we own the roads and fields. Andrath is already ours. We will soon have all this land between here and our encampment at Brigand's Watch. Soon we will have all of Bree-land in flames. There's one more thing. The boss is interested in some hobbit named Baggins. Certain riders have been sniffing around asking after that name, and you should look out for it too. If you find any hobbit named Baggins, let me know at once. I'm about to be attacked by that pig, I suspect. No, but it's on level, so let's go for it anyway. Oh, however that one did, because I wasn't looking where I was going. I'll stamp on it. Oh, we have 2 debuffs. There we go. The cooldown on this is pretty good, actually. What's this? 5 seconds. That's not bad going for a cleanse skill.
Greetings.
We have them now. This information proves that this Sharkey fellow is intent on establishing a strong foothold in Bree-land. It also tells us of their largest encampment outside the Vale of Andrath, at a place west of here that they call the Brigand's Watch. The brigand captain there passes out orders to his lieutenants that come directly from Sharkey, if we can get those notes.
Would you do something?
And we leveled up again. Right. Before I get confused or run really quickly to the next quest, have we gained any Gambits? Anything new in Gambits? Determination. No, we still haven't started with Warcry, but it's almost like... Ah, wait, I did miss something. So, this Surety of Death actually follows Warcry. So with Warcry here, it improves your evade rating as well as dealing light damage. When you go to Surety of Death, then it says it's most powerful when you've used Warcry and Brink of Victory. I bet we haven't got with that one. No, we haven't got Brink of Victory yet. What Surety of Death does, it deals common damage, then light damage. Whereas that one doesn't do any common damage. Okay. Adds another buff to evade rating, which lasts quite a long time. So where we had this Maddening Strike and Conviction chain, where it's shield, taunt, shield, the Warcry chain is taunt, shield, and then the Surety of Death is taunt, shield. But we haven't then got one that is 5. Because that says this is most powerful when you have used Warcry. But we haven't got Brink of Victory yet. Okay, so no new abilities at this point. And no new Gambits. Cool, okay. With your help, we draw ever closer to shutting out this upstart Sharkey. We are closing in more and more on his location and the size of his force. We now know that the Brigand's Watch, to the west of here in the footholds of Bree-land, is staging ground for future assaults. The Brigand's captain hands out orders from Sharkey himself to his lieutenants. Likely they are kept somewhat safe, a lockbox, or even on his person. We need those orders. Head to the Brigand's Watch and get those orders. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Definitely, sir. Oh, this guy has a quest. Does it relate?
Could I speak with you a moment?
Yes, okay, because this is in the same area. Because we're going to the Vale of Andrath. Or he will be. If I can find the... Ah, not yet. We're not yet going to the Vale of Andrath. Okay. That will lead down here. Okay. If you're going into the heart of the Brigand's encampment here in Bree-land, can you search for the goods they have stolen from the surrounding farms and from shipments along the roadway? While Bree is not suffering terribly at the moment, it's only a matter of time before the current stores are empty. If the Brigands continue their assaults, then there will be no food, ale, anything to appease the Bree folk. Then we will have much more to worry about. Will you not look for stolen goods while in their camp? Yes, I suppose I can do that. Right. So, back up. You see, this is why you don't have to focus on Brigand Slayer, really. There's even more quests than this lot. The Vale of Andrath is filled with them. And by the time you've... Although that is a combination, the Vale of Andrath, I think in the Vale you've got half-orcs, which don't count as brigands. Right, I'm going to grab this piece of wood from here. I need as much as I can get. From here? Yes. Okay. Search the brigand captain's tent. Right, so we need to find... Ah ha 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 ha. Yes, okay. I know where we are now. It can't be that long since I probably did Bree-land. But there's a lot to do in this region that I can forget little quest lines really easily. I think this is the part where if you feel like it, there is actually a small fellowship quest that is soloable. It forms part of that quest line with the dwarf near to the Chief Watcher that we haven't picked up. Because unlike a stream, I won't pick up as many quests as possible. At least we've had no new gambits, it gives us a chance. So what I should try and do when going up through this set of brigands is to try and do the shield taunt chain and the taunt shield chain, and eventually I might remember what their names are. Ha ha ha. We can hope. Right, I need to find the entrance way into this place. Is it up there somewhere? There's more than one way in. Right, let's dismount because I'm going to get myself into trouble otherwise. This is not the normal way I come in. Of course not. I'm doing it while recording, and therefore I'm going to make silly mistakes. As long as I can get in, it's not really a mistake. That fence looks... Is that an entranceway in there? I don't know. No, it's not. I hoped, but I was wrong. Right. Let us find the other entrance. I'm normally going near the other end, actually. It's slightly more fluid. Aha, right, okay. So, we will be going up against multiple brigands. I think I may as well use some of these food buffs before I get much higher in level. And then I just ditch them. May as well take advantage. Right, okay. Here we go then. So, 3 brigands. Let's put the thing to practice. What's the person in the comments suggested. So just drain the life out of all of them. And there we go. Hey, not bad going. So I didn't manage to quite do the draining of health from all the brigands. I did it on 2 out of the 3, and then I fumbled my fingers. Right. Where is the brigand captain's tent? Up in there? Yeah, maybe. Oh wait, flow of goods. Gotta... Let's not forget the other quests we're actually in here for. 12 of these. On the next set of mobs, I need to try and do the opposite one. So it was taunt shield, yes? Taunt shield, war cry, taunt shield, taunt shield, and that gave us that one. Extra evasion, expert evasion, so all stacks there to give, again, extra defences. I'll double check that when I'm somewhere safe, because I thought that... no, it's the opposite one that leads to healing. Okay. So, against one opponent, it doesn't really matter. There are deeds for using even the smaller gambits, so you do want to sort of mix it up. Or as someone once said to me, button mashing. Same idea, I suppose. Oldest oat bearer. Hey, are you bearing oats? Does that mean you're carrying food? So, let's have a go. If we go shield bash, taunt, that. I want to get out of the caltrops. Come here. Shield bash. Taunt. Shield bash. Taunt. Oh, no, that's the next one. Then shield bash. Taunt. I'm not going to get there in time. Shield bash. Taunt. He's going to die before I get there. Yeah. But depends on how quickly. Yeah, I'm not going to get there in 5 seconds, even if I ran. Right. Never mind. But it's just forcing yourself to do things that are tricky or uncomfortable. Oh, you actually get a buff in there that says it's the Persevere Gambit chain, which is interesting. I have an old and pretty much unmaintained plugin in here called Buff Bars, and it gives you. I mean, you haven't got to hover over here to see where you're at or what particular buffs you have, and that's why I noticed there was actually it told you when you're on a Impressive Flourish. Impressive Flourish Gambit chain. You can only just see. Right. By the way, FJ, you cannot possibly cleanse an injury caused by caltrops when you're standing on the things yourself. Right. Why am I still being injured? Oh wait, I'm standing on nails. Right, okay. We have 9 things of stolen goods, which we're, I don't know, hiding in our pockets, probably. Need to find some more of the. I don't particularly need to clear the. Oh, go down the hill. That's it. If you go the other exit, which is where I normally come in, actually. So here, I'll do the Veil of Andrath at the next video, and pick up the. I actually meant to do the There we go. Now we will go out the other exit and just take out however many brigands that we can on the way. And what I'm trying to do here, is apparently I'm really trying to muck up for my Gambit chain. Right, I've already done the Impressive Flourish, so this time we want to do that one, and we need to move on pretty quickly if we want to take advantage of go. I'm still in combat. And there. And that did give us healing because we pretty much lost no health there. Yeah, so when we get back out to safety, what I want to check is what the opposite one does to your stats, because I don't remember. Right, we're nearly at safety, so that's fine. Ooh. Didn't see that bear there before. Right, we'll gather these ash branches and then we will head back to Chief Watcher and the guy who was with him. Before I mount, I want to make sure I can clear as many of the creatures as possible. You can see the hut from here now. It's just try and skirt around the edge of this. Done a lot of brigand bashing. Bring it on themselves, really, don't they? And I have forced myself to do the longer chain. Both the gambits require more of the combinations, and where one gambit follows on from another. Right, if we speak to this guy first.
Greetings.
This will do nicely. Bree is in dire need of new supplies, and this will do well to sate the populace. Without this, who is to know what terrible madness would have befallen the people of Bree? Here we are indebted to your help. Cool.
How can I be of service?
More ill news! I send you out on quests and you only come back with bad news. Orc men! Could this be? This letter says it plainly enough. Does it? We didn't read the letter. Let's read the letter. As you know, we've had some problems getting enough men to accomplish Sharkey's plans for Bree-land and the Shire. All of Sharkey's best, you and me excepted, are occupied in the south. What we got here ain't quite strong enough to take on the townsfolk straightforward. Fortunately, we've been given an opportunity. Orcs have come as far south as the Greenway, even. My friends say Sharkey ain't on the best terms with them up north, but some of the orcs who've come south into Bree-land have been cut off. These orcs down here might be convinced to join us. Of course, Sharkey knows how to deal with orcs, and these scouts from the north are no doubt in a bad way, since they can't get any new supplies or warriors. This could just be the turn of luck we're looking for. Treat the orc scouts well, and tell your men not to interfere with them, or you'll be responsible for them being dead, and all. Right. Sharkey has a legion of half-orcs loyal to him that he is sending to Andrath. I have doomed my men. Don't beat yourself up.
Stay a moment.
Okay. And then this does take us to the Vale of Andrath, which is where I thought we were going before, but we're not. The Vale of Andrath is Bree-land's gateway to the south Downs, Dunland, Isengard, the Gap of Rohan. All would be closed to Bree-land if the brigands are not hindered. It is clear that Sharkey is no mere brigand leader. He has employed half-breeds to fill his ranks, a wholly depraved act. I sent my men to watch the ruins of Andrath, and fear they may now be prisoners or worse. Please head south beyond the Greenway crossing, further beyond the shadow of the barrows, and seek my scout Oakdale and Brittleleaf. Hopefully they'll have found a safe spot close to the ruins, likely on the eastern side. Be swift, for I fear the worst, and bring caution with you. That's likely to be a bad place. And certainly a busy place. Right, okay. In which case what I will do is I will stop this episode here. It's a logical place. When I get round to recording the next one, what we will do is we will head to the Vale of Andrath, do that, and then we will pick up the epic here, and see where that takes us. We'll likely have at least one, maybe longish episode in the Barrow Downs, but I don't want to have too many episodes in the Bree series. It's really such a huge area that I will then be using my Stone of the Tortoise and going and deeding. So, let's leave that one there. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please do share these if you think they'll be useful. And sorry it's taken so long to get these 2 episodes out. I should be back to producing at least 1, if not 2, most weeks from now on. So yes, that's it all from me today, if I can put my teeth in. I'm Fabra Jedi, and also LOTRO family. I hope you have a good rest of the day, or night, or morning, whenever you are watching this. And thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.